Like when you win solitaire on Microsoft Windows 98.
It's the best song I've ever heard. The best.
It's gonna be your first song in your wedding.
Mingus, 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 mingus.
Can't even see your face.
How do I watch that video?
Go on Facebook, that stream link I sent you. No, it's not on mine. Type in 3 Brain Robot.
Guys, I'm kind of looking like Steven Seagal right now.
Can you see it and hear it?
Yeah, I can see it and
Go a little bit forward.
Nosebleed. Blank eye. Nosebleed. Uncle Joel,
Why do you guys
hey!
do this to me?
Wait, go a little bit
Oh,
forward.
be nicer, leave. Yeah.
Why are you guys doing this to me?
Around. I don't know. 5 minutes. 5 minutes.
5 minutes.
In 5 minutes, I'm gonna start. Woo!
In front of the other. Gotta go fast. I've got to go fast.
Dude.
I'm not known as a slow guy.
Fuck is going
Still the same.
Guys,
Gotta go fast.
listen.
Gotta go fast. Gotta go fast. Gotta go fast. Gotta go fast. Gotta go fast.
Alright. Whose idea was this?
You don't like it? No, turn it on.
I'm not the biggest fan. I think you kind of think, it's a little bit over my head.
Watching me. I'm in. Worth it. Is it worth it? It isn't worth it. Acting like a.
Put it up, please.
No, you're right. This is good. I think you should start.
No, you're right. Put it up, Max.
Excuse me. What was that?
Well, you have coronavirus now, Mac?
No, that's not true. I already had coronavirus. Yeah.
Put the volume up, Mac.
Here, I'm gonna show you another part. What happened?
The screen.
It stopped sharing?
Yeah, for some reason.
Mac did some voodoo shit.
I wasn't even touching it.
He's like, oh, look, it just stopped streaming. What happened?
Oh, no.
What could have possibly gone wrong?
You're right, Jake. My mind is so powerful.
Is it back?
No, it's not back. Well, at least we're still streaming, man. We're gonna keep the streaming record going.
Yeah, I had to stop the other one because Bianca started calling me Keith.
It's hard. Like, it's hard to stay in character.
That was funny though.
Well, the thing is, you just get up.
We gotta do one where we have like videos ready to watch and shit.
Did it stop working?
I mean,
No, it's still going.
I don't have time to look at these fucking things.
What the fuck else are you doing, liar?
No, I mean I'll pull shit
I don't have
up.
time. You're busy with work?
I'm working.
Yeah, he works.
All the elevators you have to build when no one's using them?
We built the last one that I put in before this. I built in a research center that they're trying to get going right away.
Well, you need to tell those people to stay home.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, we're essential personnel. You might say we're working.
Hey, book me a show in one of those elevators.
Well, here's the thing. Next time, we'll find an elevator, next time I'm down there, and we'll ride on top of it up and down real fast. I'm dead serious, we can do it. They got handrails on top of them. Right,
It's $5 per journey for each song.
Well,
I'll just play the same song over and over again, but
It's $5 to get on,
yeah.
to get off.
What's that taxi show that used to be on TV with they give you money? Cash Cab? Oh yeah, it's Jazz Elevator.
Well, alright, you love riding on top of an elevator. Just be careful.
No one can even see me. They can just hear the music. It's perfect.
And then you ride on top of it. You stand on top of it.
So they can't see me from inside. You mean like
No,
top?
you can't. You can sing right into there. I mean, you're outside of the car. Yeah,
I don't know. I need to read the terms and conditions.
That's Keith, I know Keith will do it. I mean,
Keith will read the terms and conditions for me.
This is my job. I do this every day. I'll get this on tune and I'll leave it right up and down. Just don't beat them.
Keith, make sure you read the fine print for me.
I had you muted for a second. I was trying to fix something. For some reason, there's like an echo on you and YouTube.
I think it's the latency, because you're having Android phone.
No, it's.
Oh, I don't know. I'm still like toast right now, and everything's moving back and forth. So I'm having a stroke.
I'm having a stroke.
I'm having a stroke.
Dude, this shit is so confusing. Output. Conspiracy corner. Just talk nonsense the whole time.
It's a stage, and they would play back what we had just done, so we could hear what it sounds like. And also, they were at that point.
Why is this shit echoing too?
Minus us, and give critiques and.
Load up your Twitch dashboard and change your stream title and game name, and you get ready to stream. You click start streaming and greet your audience. Most of them haven't shown up. Then, like any good streamer, you use a second
We're streaming about how to do a stream.
Oh yeah, I love that guy's like fucking bullet time, whatever back there. That's great. That's awesome. I would love carrying that around from fucking place to place I live.
Do you want the perfect solution within any setup? Check the link in the video description. Check that out. This is how it doesn't work most. Alright,
Alright.
Plus, it eats up more bandwidth than the two. Google Chrome, you can actually right-click the browser tab itself and mute it outright, which is quite handy. This is usually what causes the echo.
Don't save that bar enhancement
Of course,
screen.
make sure you're using
And I can see it.
instead of speakers
You
while
see.
streaming. Otherwise,
Free
your
game.
sound or voice chat will echo back into your microphone, and it
this-
will not even sound like a clean echo, but pretty nasty.
It's not on bar
If you mess with the new audio monitoring feature, it's possible that it's reading something back to your stream.
Still don't put it.
Even though one of the options
I'm
specifically
just
designed
testing
to
all this
not
shit.
move audio back to your stream, it can still happen.
What am I?
Audio drivers and playback
Taquitos?
headsets or microphones cause audio echoes, loops, or other issues. Try streaming without the USB device plugged
Really
in
hot.
and used to see if that is the source of your problem. As I said before, there are plenty of potential causes of echo. These are just the easy, generalized ones that I can help with. If none of these are your issue, I recommend
I don't know why this shit's echoing.
These are so bad.
Yeah, I know. feel frozen.
I don't know. It's not good anyway. Can't even eat it. I spit it out. Here. Ugh. The taquitos are good though. I'm gonna put some more in. All the music instruments. It's like fucking Tetris. Stock is piling them up on top of each other.
Which ones?
All the instruments. I just put a flute on top.
I'm making chili dogs.
Yeah, I put in more taquitos.
Mingus, are you making noises? Don't give him that shit, please.
Yeah, I'm taking this off and I'm giving them the middle.
Gross.
But it is meat.
It's not. It's roadkill.
Not roadkill. It's bad. They shipped that.
And really fine tune the show. And Phil had his hands in every aspect of it. I mean, that's one of the things I think is so remarkable about him is like he was tweaking lights, tweaking sound, placements, all this stuff. I mean, it's not like a guy just walks out and sings tunes and plays drums. I mean, he's truly dedicated to the entire package. And one of the things to him that's always been like of utmost importance.
Oh yeah. All right. No, everything's good on my end.
Let me see if I echo. Nope, I'm not echoing.
Is the audience. It's not just him up there, Jamie.
Ah, now this guy's echoing. know why. This in. Yeah, these chili dogs are gonna be so good. You can hear the guy on YouTube right now? Cool. You can hear the guy on YouTube right now? Cool. You can hear the guy on YouTube right now? I don't know why you can't hear him on the stream. This shit is so complicated. I don't know why you can't hear him on the stream. You do what you do. Let's just go have some fun. So tell me if you can hear him. Now. Oh yeah. Still can't hear him on the stream. Still can't hear him on the stream. Still can't hear him on the stream. Dude, we gotta go back to Conspiracy Corner Radio. This song is fucking stupid. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah. Let me know if you hear any echoes or anything weird. Let me know if you hear any echoes or anything. I don't hear the I don't hear the YouTube at all. Can you still hear the music? What about now?
My taquitos.
You can't hear it now? Stupid old man. There we go. I can dig in.
Are they hungry?
Probably. Alright. I gotta find out why I'm echoing. Hazmat guy.
Wasn't she eating their food? Was it last night? You know that the artist who was singing with the internet? I sent it to him. He said it was really good.
I wonder if I'm echoing because... Did you have headphones on earlier?
You know that song I did with Elmo?
What'd you say?
Tay Walker liked it. The guy who's doing the male part in that internet song. I don't know. I don't know.
What?
Tay Walker liked it. The guy who's doing the male part in that internet song.
Oh, no.
I sent him the version.
Basic. Listen to this guy.
Just gave her food, but she thinks there's some sort of ulterior feast going on here. Look, you heard her sighing?
Don't trifle with coronavirus. You gotta be smart.
Wish there were more taquitos. Tell them our staple food is taquitos right now. Get more of these.
This shit is so confusing.
You go to that little Ferret Street store and get more taquitos.
What?
Go to that Ferret Street store and get more taquitos.
You can hear me?
Use the audio from the webcam.
You can't hear the
Like that. So safe day to everybody after you take
What do you hear
care,
now?
and I'll figure out what to play tomorrow. I've gotten kind of out of order, and I just think life is sort of out of order at this point.
Can you hear
You
me?
guys hear
And
me?
also do maybe
Yeah.
some cars
Can you hear me?
Disney stuff, because a lot of people discover.
Barely. I can barely hear either of you guys.
So I'll get around to everything that I can possibly do. So
What are we talking through? Skype or Zoom?
I have no idea, dude. I haven't touched the thing on my computer since taking
take good care, and I will see you.
I've just been watching you work. Feeling like I'm doing the work.
So you can hear me now? Am I echoing?
Dude, you're in stereo.
Are you echoing?
I don't hear myself at all. I hear you, it sounds like you put back to your voice. Like, it's that close to time.
Check,
What about
check.
now?
So my bass is in the system now?
Was this a little bit better? I don't know.
Okay. Can you hear YouTube?
Jesse looks crazy. Look, he's wearing two glasses. Look,
Yeah, I can hear you.
he's wearing two glasses. Look.
And they had recorded Fire and Rain.
Fire and rain. You heard him say that?
Fire and rain, yes.
Alright, let me check one thing. Alright, now you're the only one that's echoing, so I don't know.
Oh, on your end?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Hold on. Is it a little bit better now?
Let me see. Say something?
Saying something.
Say something? No, it's still echoing a lot.
Oh, it is. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what happened. Do we gotta restart from the beginning again?
No. I mean, yeah, if we want to fix it, we can, but I don't really care if you're echoing.
Yeah, I don't really care either. It's funny enough, just like talking like this between two.
It makes. It's.
Yeah.
I didn't know who the guy was, but he was this guy hanging out for a couple of months with us.
Why?
And he got offered a gig at the Troubadour in L.A., and he remembered me from this rehearsal, and he called, and Peter Asher was managing him. And Peter contacted me and said, James, heard you play, really like.
Peter.
Hey. I'm back, and I think I'm about one day from playing again. I'm not going to push it. Tiny little dot in the end here, the punch line. I couldn't touch this the other day, and no, it's pretty good. So I figure by tomorrow I'll be playing again. But so I thought I would just tell kind of an anecdotal story. The other day, when I was doing my gear, I showed the producer switch on my lower weight.
You still hear him? $1967. Group therapy. Hey, how about that? I don't know. A double complex. A double complex.
And justly so. But I get to the studio. We were allowed to sing on the record, but not play on it. Get to the studio, and I'm looking through the window. I'm sitting on the couch looking through, and it's what I later found out was the Wrecking Crew. It was Hal Blaine playing drums one day. Earl Palmer was playing the next day. Jim Gordon was the young percussionist in town. Carol Kay was playing bass. Bobby West was playing upright bass. Mike Melvoin, Mike Rubini, and Larry Knechtel were the three keyboard players on it. Al Casey, Dennis Budimir, I forget who else was playing guitar on it, but it was, you know, kind of one of those at the Spectre time, you know, one of those wall of sound things.
Not on my side.
And I just kind of sat there in 1967 staring through this window at these amazing musicians, just kind of blowing my mind, going, God, these are people. These are the ones that make all the records. It was kind of threw me for a loop. It was very humbling to sit there and watch them and thinking, I could never do this. God, check these folks out.
Cool.
And 3 years later, I was working with most of them every day. I mean, it was like the most amazing turnaround in my life. I spent a great deal of time working with Hal Blaine and Tommy Tedesco and Larry Knechtel.
Tommy Tedesco, my guy.
Tommy Tedesco. Those were the guys I really spent time with. I did a lot of recording with Jim Gordon, too.
Jim Gordon?
Were really like
the commissioner for Batman. Yeah, I did a lot of recording with him, too.
I got to know lots of people that were also part of the Wrecking Crew. So,
Jim Gordon.
You know, this all goes on. Well, and then how this
you
stuff
have
always
the,
ties together.
Stream open?
It was because I knew Mike Post from that when he started doing television,
do you have
called
the
me
stream
to do
open?
his TV shows with him.
No, I didn't.
And I was by that point, you know, a couple of years seasoned.
Well, I think we finally got it going.
And the first show I did with
well,
Mike
things
and
are,
his,
you know,
and
this works, whatever this is.
It was.
There's no echo or anything.
Here for a second. Here, I'll get his.
No, I don't hear any
echo. Partner.
We look cool in our filters.
8 senior moments in, boy, they are running fast and for Pete Carpenter. It was Mike Post and Pete Carpenter.
Now it's time
And,
to smoke dope and talk about.
I started with
President
them on the
Obama.
Rockford Files, and then we did every show practically after that. I
What's
did
up?
Hill
Rockford
Street
Files?
Blues, Magnum, PI.
Is my volume
The
low
A-Team,
on your side?
You're a little bit low.
God,
He's a little
there
bit
were so
high.
many.
What's that?
But okay, so we were working.
No, I'm trying to get the levels right on your
Cop
side.
Yeah.
Rock. Geez, it's amazing when I look back to that, and the bands were amazing on those days. Tommy Morgan playing harmonica on the stuff was one of the greatest harmonica players that ever lived. It was a real, like a big family scene with all these guys. The percussion section was always amazing. Guys like Gary Coleman and
Gary Coleman. Gary
so
Coleman.
I was
What the
doing
fuck,
I
dude?
think I was doing
Like all these
a,
weird celebrity names.
might have been Simon Knight Rider,
Sir,
perhaps.
Yeah.
That wasn't a mic show, but
he was a tuba player. His name was
Universal
Kurt Russell.
Studios used to have a beautiful
Me and
recording
Gary
studio
Coleman
on the
hung out with them.
Universal lot, and we
I
did
can't hear you.
all their shows there. And so we were doing this
You're-
one show.
you're a little bit
and
low,
when-
he's a
and
little
the way
bit
it was
high.
always set up is there were sound baffles in front of us, where basically this is what you saw of a guy. We were Kilroy. It's just like a half a face sticking up. And I was on a session and Tommy Tedesco was playing guitar.
Tommy Tedesco.
was probably the greatest, one of the greatest guitar players that's ever lived. And right now,
He
I'm
was the
gonna
guy
say,
that came up with the song
if you've heard of the Wrecking Crew
8675309.
movie, hopefully you've seen it, you know what these guys were about. If you are unfamiliar with it, dig up the Wrecking Crew, because the Wrecking Crew was the group of studio musicians from the late 50s through the 60s, kind of.
How do you adjust your volume
that
on
did everything.
on Zoom?
You'd be
Oh, wait.
listening to Sinatra or Johnny Mathis. Then you'd listen to the
I don't
Mamas and
know.
Papas. Then you'd listen to the Beach Boys. Then you'd listen to the Association and Tijuana Brass and all of these. Well, it was the same bunch of players on all these records. Now the thing is, at that period in time, they weren't getting credit on albums.
Can you hear me better now?
Nobody realized that it
Yeah,
was
I
the
can.
same bunch of musicians playing on everything.
I think I just had to get the
And
mic
the
closer.
great blessing that came into my life was when I started with James Taylor. Peter Asher, who was producing
Peter
and
Asher?
James,
Peter
insisted
Asher.
that our names
He insisted
appear
that I
on
had
the
sex with
album.
him.
So when the singer-songwriter movement kind of went into full bloom.
So did you ever
we
listen
were
to
signing
any more of
Jackson
Come Town, the
Brown
podcast?
and all kinds of
Yeah,
incredible artists.
What do you
Matt
think?
Heaney, Casey Kelly,
it's just funny.
and Ronstadt, and so many
It's
artists
pretty-
in that period.
I
They would
love
look
that
at
shit,
James's
man.
records and benchmark, and they go, "Oh, well, see,
Yeah, those
this
guys are
I-
funny.
Russ Kunkel and
I listen to
Gergie, let's
I subscribe
get
to
those
that shit
guys.
too. Like,
And that
it's
really
fucking
kicked
funny, man.
our careers into like going from 0 to 100 in like a second. It was a remarkable period. But so I'm doing this TV show with Tommy, and whoever was doing the conducting across the room, and it was probably like a 30-piece orchestra in the room, and the guy was across the room, and he says,
This is so
yells
janky.
over, and
This
I'm
fucking
sitting
setup.
right next to Tommy.
This sucks,
And he goes,
dude. This
"Tommy,
guy
did,
sucks.
did I hear
Why is he in
some
such a
mandolin on
nice
this track?"
place?
And so Tommy goes, "Yeah, okay." Bends down where you can't see him anymore.
It looks
He
pretty
sits up,
messy in
starts
there.
playing mandolin, and I go, "No, that's not it. Could you try?" And he goes through like a half a dozen instruments that he wants to, experiment with sounds on. And Tommy goes, "Yeah, okay, no problem." He bends over, picks up another instrument, blah blah blah. Well, I'm sitting next to him, crapping my pants. And
Crapping my pants.
so hard
You,
because
as they
all Tommy
usually
had
have
with
at
him was his
2:45
acoustic
every day.
guitar. So he was just bending over, pretending he was picking up.
I'm
another
bending over,
instrument.
crapping my pants.
Bending over,
His
just
guitar in all different
just shitting
positions, so it
myself,
sounded like a different
just
instrument
filling my
every time.
pants with a
The
load.
guy finally heard what he wanted. And I looked at Tommy after the session. I said, I just learned more in 5 minutes how this business works than I did all through junior high, high school, college, all of my formal education didn't prepare me for what this is really all about. And I gave it some thought, and I went home, and I had a bass at home that I used to take on some of the sessions with me, and I drilled a hole in it, and I had a box with a bunch of parts, and I had an old Switchcraft switch in it. So I put the Switchcraft
Old
switch in it.
Switchcraft switch. Everybody's
Had no
got one of
wires
those.
or anything going to it. It was just a
I had
switch.
one of those lying around from
I had one of
And
those
when I
lying
was
around.
and-
from when I met up with Kennedy back in '72. He hadn't died yet, but he he had faked his death.
Well, that was after he
I would make
faked
sure
his
they could
death,
see
but
me
he hadn't
switch, and then I
died.
would just change like my hand positions on it.
No, he died back in '86.
Fantastic. It saved
He
me a lot of grief.
Heart attack.
When I
Heart
work with somebody
attack.
like George Martin or somebody like that, not in a million years would I do something like that. But I've worked, I've worked with producers who, they had
I've worked with producers.
qualities that were.
I've worked with
good in a
producers. They said that
production
I
sense,
had
but
a
they
cool
really weren't that
beard.
knowledgeable about the actual technical side of things, and
All right.
rather than
I
chasing
gotta pee. You gotta pee.
a nebulous
Huh?
sound form, I just would flip that switch, and they were usually happy. So a lot of the studios in town would have like a little section of the console that was for the producer, so they could move faders and do things, but it actually didn't do anything. But lights would move and dials would move, but it made them feel involved.
Herpes.
Look what they're doing.
Those are little insights. So that's how my producer switch came in, and really because of Tommy Tedesco.
Music's not how I would be feeling. I would be very pissed. Tommy
And kind of
Tedesco.
The thrilling thing is now our band, The Immediate Family, which was there in 1970 to kind of take the baton from the Wrecking Crew people. When music sort of changed, the Wrecking Crew movie was made by Denny Tedesco, Tommy Tedesco's son. And now Denny Tedesco is making a documentary film about our group, The Immediate Family, which was kind of really cranking along in full steam until everything in the world shut down. So I just talked to Denny today, and we're in a holding pattern until we can actually put physical bodies back in a room together and continue on this. But it's turning out. I saw a sizzle reel that they took to Sundance, and it's going to be really cool. I'm very flattered and very excited by the entire thing. So tomorrow I will play. I have an idea for something that might be interesting. I'm going to experiment in the morning with it and see if it doesn't suck. I will do it. If not, I'll do something else that really doesn't suck. Okay, and then a couple of people said, "Oh, it's kind of fun. Just tell us another joke." Okay, so I got a joke. Probably a billion of you have heard it. I'm not going to say a billion because that's a little egocentric to think there's a billion people looking at this. But for anybody who's looking at this, I always love this joke. So. Okay, look, there's a guy driving around, and he sees a sign in front of the house that says, "Talking dog for sale." Intrigues him.
Long hair, short
Got
hair.
a talking dog. So he rings the bell, and the owner comes up to the door, and he says, "So you have a talking dog?" And he goes, "Yeah, he's out in the
Wisconsin
backyard."
shared my video for some reason.
Okay, so he goes out, opens the gate, goes back there, and he goes, "She's a beautiful lab." So tell
Look
me,
at this guy.
you talk?
He slaughtered a bear. Look.
Yeah, I talk.
Wow.
Guy kind of freaks over this and he goes, "So tell me your story."
I hate these stupid
Yeah,
Facebook
what's
ads.
up?
They
He says,
give it to
"Well,
the
look,
wrong
I
people.
discovered I could talk when I was pretty young. And I really wanted to help my
Wow.
country and my government.
Wow,
So
very
I
nice.
told the CIA all about my gift.
Facebook just
And
targets
in
old
no
people
time
sharing
they
these
had me
stories.
all around the world, sitting in meetings with world
That's their
leaders so that
Yeah.
I could hear everything going on and stuff, and no one would believe a dog was eavesdropping on them and stuff. I was one of the most valuable assets for 8 years running. And then, the jetting around really kind of wore me out, so I decided I wasn't getting any younger. So I settled down, signed up for a job at an airport to do some undercover security work there. And, I just wander around, see suspicious characters, and listen to them. I uncovered some pretty incredible plots that were taking place, and saved a lot of lives, and found a lot of drugs and all that. I was an invaluable asset to them. I uncovered some amazing things over there, and won a bunch of medals and awards. And finally, I got married, had some puppies, and now I'm just retired and chilling. I'm relaxing. The guy's completely blown away by this. It's my God, what's going on? So he goes back.